Not all medical devices are regulated the same way by FDA. Some devices face relatively simple requirements, while others undergo years of strict testing and regulatory review before they can legally enter the US market. That is because FDA places medical devices into different risk-based classifications: Class 1, Class 2, and Class 3. But what do these classifications actually mean? And why are they so important for manufacturers, importers, and distributors? FDA classifies medical devices based primarily on risk. The higher the potential risk to patients, the greater the level of FDA regulatory control. FDA also considers factors such as how the device is used, whether it is invasive, how long it stays in the body, and the potential consequences if the device fails. Understanding the correct device classification is critical because it affects FDA registration requirements, testing obligations, import procedures, and whether a 510(k) clearance or pre-market approval may be required. Smart Antos. Class 1 devices are considered low-risk medical devices. These products are subject to general FDA controls, but usually face fewer regulatory requirements than higher-risk devices. Examples may include manual surgical instruments, elastic bandages, examination gloves, and certain basic mobility aids. Many Class 1 devices are exempt from FDA 510(k) pre-market notification requirements. However, that does not mean they are exempt from FDA regulations entirely. Manufacturers still may need FDA establishment registration, device listing, proper labeling, and compliance with FDA quality system requirements depending on the product. FDA registration assistance helps companies determine classification requirements and prepare FDA registrations for Class 1 devices. Class 2 devices are considered moderate-risk medical devices. These products typically require additional regulatory controls because they present greater potential risks to patients. Examples can include powered wheelchairs, infusion pumps, diagnostic testing devices, pregnancy tests, and many electronic medical products. Most Class 2 devices require FDA 510(k) clearance before they can legally be marketed in the United States. A 510(k) submission is designed to demonstrate that the device is substantially equivalent to an existing legally marketed device. The FDA review process for Class 2 devices can become significantly more complex depending on the technology and intended use. Class 3 devices are considered high-risk medical devices. These products often support or sustain life, are implanted into the body, or present significant potential risks if they fail. Examples include pacemakers, implantable defibrillators, artificial heart valves, and certain neurological implants. Class 3 devices usually require pre-market approval, also known as PMA. This is FDA's most rigorous regulatory pathway and often involves extensive clinical data, scientific studies, and detailed FDA review. Because of the complexity involved, Class 3 compliance projects can require substantial regulatory planning and documentation. One of the biggest mistakes companies make is assuming their product falls into the wrong FDA classification. Incorrect classification can lead to regulatory delays, import issues, improper submissions, or marketing products without the correct FDA authorization. Even similar-looking products may fall into completely different FDA classifications depending on intended use, technology, claims, and how the device interacts with the patient. That is why proper classification analysis is extremely important early in the product development process. Importing medical devices into the United States involves more than just shipping products internationally. FDA may require establishment registration, device listing, U.S. agent designation for foreign manufacturers, and proper product identification during import entry. Depending on the device classification, additional FDA clearance or approval requirements may also apply before commercialization. FDA registration assistance helps medical device companies navigate these FDA compliance requirements and prepare documentation for the U.S. market. FDA medical device regulations can become complex very quickly, especially for international manufacturers entering the U.S. market for the first time. That is why companies worldwide trust FDA registration assistance. Our team helps support businesses with FDA establishment registration, medical device listing, U.S. agent services, 510(k) guidance, import compliance support, and overall FDA regulatory assistance, with experience assisting companies in over 135 countries. FDA registration assistance helps manufacturers prepare for the U.S. market with greater confidence. Whether your device falls into Class 1, Class 2, or Class 3, understanding FDA classification requirements is one of the most important steps toward U.S. market access. Contact FDA Registration Assistance today to learn how our team can help support your FDA medical device compliance process.